There we go. Now we got a couple people in here. Howdy. What's up? Hello, hello. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Oh, gotta do a little stretch. Been doing a lot of editing lately, and I swear I just feel so stiff. You look like you're home again. I am home again. I've been home for... When did I get home? A while ago. I think like last week sometime. Are you in Canada? I am. I have returned to Canada. So up till last week, I took a little mini vacay, I guess you could call it. Went to Florida. I think that was actually the last stream that I did, which is why I figured I'd do another live stream because I just like to do them every so often. Catch up with you guys, let you know how things are going. You guys can let me know how things are going with you. What is going on right now? Not much. Just kind of chilling at home. Just been editing, working on a few projects here and there. We have a couple upcoming sponsors and some other exciting stuff as well. So I've been working hard to catch up on all of that. Yeah. You've been doing an amazing job with your videos. Thank you. Very much appreciated. They do, some of them definitely do take quite a bit of effort to create between, going to these locations, filming them, editing them. Takes quite some time. Right now I'm actually working on a haunted hospital series. Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee, really cool place. We've got a lot of epic stuff that happened there that off the top of my head, honestly, I can't even remember it all because there was quite a bit. And we also filmed it a while ago. And we do have a couple of good series coming up after that as well, which will be very interesting. Are you going to hang out with Mo? Potentially. I might hang out with him sometime over the next couple of days. We'll see. It's just kind of hard to find the time to be able to do everything that you want to do in a day. There's only so much time in a day, unfortunately. Hello from Romania. Shout out to Romania. I can't read that name properly. Is that a T-I-O? I don't even know what that says. Something Moto. Thank you so much for the donation there. Very much appreciated. Couldn't really make out what the symbol, the first symbol in your name was. So, where? How do you feel about the truckers? Honestly, man, I don't even really want to get into it. It's just it's a stressful situation we have in Canada, and there's I honestly just don't have the energy right now to get into it. Hello from Windsor, Ontario. Hello, Leslie. Hope you're doing well. How are you today, and what are some of your upcoming videos? So my upcoming videos, I have quite a few. I still am planning on filming some more. I was actually talking to, okay, so I guess what my upcoming videos will be soon. We have the Haunted Hospital, which will probably be tomorrow, most likely. That one, based on how much footage I have, is already looking like it's going to be probably 3 parts, maybe 2, most likely 3, I guess. Then we have the Lavaca County Jail, which was super interesting. We caught a ton of, that place is like incredibly like I don't even know how else to describe it, but it's like crazy active. Carrie Adams, thank you for the donation. Hello from Australia. Love your work and look forward to watching more of it. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. But yeah, we have the Lavaca County Jail, which was really cool. That was, I believe, the first series we filmed in Texas. And then we also filmed a place called the Bowers Mansion. That one had a very, very interesting, very unique story, which you guys will see very soon as well. Probably over the next week or so, I would say. And I have a couple of other random videos. Gonna probably get back to filming soon. I haven't decided 100% what I want to film yet. Maybe I'll do some Randonautica. Maybe I'll do just some, explorations, some haunted stuff. We'll see. The cool thing is, my friend, you guys probably remember Alberto. Who here remembers Alberto? He's been in a few videos. You have Moto. It looks like you're the thing. Is it Itola Moto? I don't know if I'm saying that. If I'm not saying it properly, I'm sorry, but thank you for the donation. Have you and Josh explored together lately? No, we've actually never explored. I've spoken to Josh. I've just never actually met him in person. But I am probably going to the Massachusetts area to meet up with Steve Ronan. Also spoke with Jazz about it as well. So I think he's down to come along. And there's a few things that we would like to film there. It's not really a guarantee, but there is a few cool spots. I just have to make the phone calls and see if I can line them up properly. Moshio, where's your LED toque? To be honest with you, it's somewhere around here. Ever since I got home, I literally just have piles of stuff everywhere and just haven't really sorted through it all yet, but it's around here somewhere. But yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening. If that doesn't end up happening, because I know Steve is planning on traveling soon to another country, so in the event that he doesn't have enough time to film everything we want to film, then I already told Jazz that we'll probably end up filming regardless, so... Hello, can't stay long. That's not a problem. Even if you're just popping in just to say hello, that's cool. Appreciate you. Alberto, yeah, sorry, I kind of got a little off track there, but yeah, Alberto recently, I don't even know if he might be watching this live stream. I have no idea. He's more of like a night owl. He'll message me at like 2, 3. You won't hear from him through the entire day, and then he'll just like text me out of the blue at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's really funny like that. But what was the point of this? Oh yeah, so he recently told me that he wanted to start filming his own videos because I mean he always comes with me anyway. So he's like, yeah, I'd like to start filming my own videos. I gave him a couple recommendations on what to get in terms of like equipment wise, like camera, basic stuff, just so that way he can at least get started. So yeah, we'll probably be filming a few haunted videos. The cool, interesting thing about Alberto, and I think this might make it reasonably interesting to watch. Landon Watkins, thank you so much. You should check out what is that? The Hannah Haunted House in Indianapolis next time you're in America. I will definitely put it on the map, and eventually we will get there. I will have to remember that one. But yeah, the interesting thing about Alberto is it's kind of hard to describe because he's somewhere in between believing in the paranormal and also being a little bit of a skeptic. He's not so skeptical, like he does believe that things do happen. Have had things that have happened in videos that we couldn't necessarily debunk or figure out what they were. But he wants to physically see a ghost. So it kind of sets up a goal for us, I think, that will make it interesting because he wants to confirm it for himself. Like he wants something to physically happen. And he's straight up, he's like, oh, attack me, scratch me, like possess me, whatever. I just want confirmation that, The other side absolutely exists, and I'm like, okay, careful what you ask for, but that's cool. Alice wonders, I am skeptical as well, but want to believe. Absolutely, and I think that's why some people are probably here. Obviously, some people will be skeptical and deny everything that it is that we even manage to capture on camera. That's fine too. That's if that's your prerogative, that's totally up to you. I really don't care. um, but yeah, somebody said come to Ireland. Ireland would be cool. Love your videos. I live in Louisiana, trying to warn you on Twitter about New Orleans when you said you were there, but you didn't see it. I'm so sorry about what happened. Yeah, it's sometimes there's just like you'll like post something on Twitter and then you just don't go back on there for like 6 hours or a couple of days because I mean we get really busy, right? I mean there's oftentimes like when you're not hearing from us, we're literally like doing straight 10-hour drives. Like when I left Texas, because I knew I actually wanted to stay in Texas. I wanted to go to Austin. I wanted to go to Corpus Christi, just hang out for a few more days, see more of the lay of the land, I guess you could say. And I knew, unfortunately, that there was a storm coming in, so I'm like, screw that. I'm heading to Florida, which is what I did. Went to where did I go? Destin, which is really cool. If you guys have never been to Destin, highly recommend it. So I drove, I think it was 11 hours the first day, stayed in Destin for 2 nights, and then I drove another like 7.5 hours to Melbourne, Florida, which was really cool. Um, but yeah, definitely have to go back to Texas because that was really cool. Did you get things sorted out with your car and gear after you got broken into? So basically, what ended up happening after the whole incident of somebody smashing the window in the car. So basically, what happened was we were in New Orleans, having a good time, enjoying ourselves, and basically we had a parking ticket because we had been in the French Quarter earlier that day around Bourbon Street, of course, the popular area. Purple Pixie, thank you so much for the donation. Hey Angela, when will you be filming with Mo again? To be honest with you, hopefully this week, but there's no guarantees. It's just our schedules are kind of having a hard time aligning up. But anyways, back to New Orleans. So basically, what happened was we were there during the day. We had bought the parking ticket, and that night we had gone back to the Airbnb at one point, and then we had gone to the cemetery. You guys probably saw that in the vlog. And after the cemetery, obviously we were hungry, so we were like trying to decide what to do, what to eat, where to go, that sort of thing. And Chelsea really wanted what's it called, Hard Rock Cafe. So we all decided, okay, let's go to Hard Rock Cafe. It's right on Bourbon Street. We went back to the same parking garage because we still had more time on that ticket. Because for some reason, when Lamar purchased the ticket, he purchased it for like 10 hours or something like that. So it kind of worked out in that sense that it's like, okay, great, and we don't have to buy a new parking ticket. So we parked, went to go eat, walked up Bourbon Street, went around to where, if you guys know where Jackson Square is, walked past through that whole area, and then came back up like Bourbon Street and basically went back to the car. I went like around one side of my car. Lamar went around the other, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Bro, somebody broke into your car!" I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" So I walk over, and of course, in the passenger seat, you can see all of my stuff is just kind of everywhere. There's a huge pile of glass, and I'm like, "Oh man, that sucks." So, um, at this point, Chelsea was like, "Oh shit!" I think she had realized that she didn't mean to leave her camera. She actually meant to bring her camera with her. But at some point after filming and photographing the cemetery, she put her camera inside of her bag and had it covered up with like a bunch of her dresses that she likes to wear for her photos. She had gone through everything, and then at that point she realizes that her camera is missing, as well as some of her lenses. This camera had pretty much all the photos except for I think 10 from this entire trip, from when we started in like Toronto to Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Georgia. Literally everything was on there except for I think the town of Spectre, the little town with the goats. So those were literally the only photos. She was happy that she had those photos because she had transferred them to her laptop, but unfortunately the camera was missing. A pack of cigarettes that was in my glove compartment. I could care less about a $7 pack of cigarettes. And the only thing Lamar could see that was missing was his spirit box, which is kind of odd because I'm like, would a thief randomly even know what the device is used for? Like, are they familiar with the spirit box? Maybe they are. I have no idea. But okay, whatever. So they took the spirit box. So at this point, we had to call the police, obviously, because I needed to make a police report. The only reason, realistically, the real reason why you call the police in incidences like that is not because you're in immediate danger, but it's because you need to make a police report in case you file a claim with your insurance company. Because if there is no police report, oftentimes they won't reimburse you for whatever might be missing. And based on the value of the camera, um, yeah, so we haven't heard back yet. That's the other thing. New Orleans police said they were going to do some sort of investigation. To be honest with you, I highly doubt they're going to be able to track down the person who did it or the people. I don't know. Is what it is, I guess, at this point. You guys really came through on GoFundMe, and now I think I haven't asked Lamar or Chelsea if they hit the goal of raising enough money to replace the camera, but last I remember she was really close, so that was really awesome of you guys. I know a lot of you guys really came through. Huge shout out to Natasha and her kids, fan of ours. We love you guys so much. You guys are so generous and gracious that you guys helped us out. So we really, really appreciate you guys a lot. And when I'm in Ohio, as promised, I will come and see you guys again. Another shout out here to Dawn Broadbent. Welcome to the exclusive content. So I know I haven't really had a chance to make too much exclusive content, but yeah, working on it though. Is this a voiceover? This is not a voiceover. I'm actually live, like literally right now. I'm literally sitting in my house and just chatting away with you guys. New convert here, great series, and I'm gradually working my way through them and loving it. Sorry to hear about your car. That's okay. It was it is what it is. The annoying part about the whole windowless situation was the fact that the next day we had to drive to basically towards like in between San Antonio and what's the other city over there, Austin. And so yeah, it was like an 8.5 hour drive to the jail, windowless. So as you can imagine, poor Lamar had to hear fluttering in his ear on the highway. And if you guys know Texas at all, they have like some crazy speed limits, like 75, 80 miles per hour. So there was a lot of like annoying windy noises coming into the car, which was I was laughing about it. I thought it was really funny, but I could tell like I'm like, bro, how are you like not going insane with this right now? This is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, we drove the 8.5 hours to get to Lavaca County, film the jail, stayed there I think until like probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then drove another 1 hour and 45 to San Antonio the next day. We were very, very fortunate. So when we were in New Orleans, we were actually calling around all the glass places. There was not one person who had the window that fit my car. So I'm like, go figure that, they smashed the window, take our stuff, and now we have no window. We have a garbage bag for a window, which was so annoying because I thought I bought a box of clear garbage bags. That's what I intended to buy. But I guess I didn't realize that the box was white garbage bags. So I had to like cut like a hole so that way we could see through the window. So annoying. But yeah, drove with the garbage bag. Like I said, we were fortunate when we got to San Antonio. I think there was a place called Myers Auto Glass. It was literally 4 minutes away. Um, what did you say? Sorry, can't hear you. Lamar is here in the chat. But yeah, we were fortunate that we were 4 minutes away. from a glass place that was able to get the glass within an hour. We got there, they installed it in half an hour, paid them, thanked them, and we went on our way. So, problem solved. Rumor has it that to this day, Lamar still cannot hear properly in his right ear from all that windiness. Oh man, but yeah, quite the. I mean, we laugh at it now, obviously, because it's like, okay, we're over it. Like, what are we supposed to do, right? It was an incident, and things happen sometimes. Wasn't the first time I've had my car broken into. So years ago, I had a GMC Jimmy, and it was on my driveway, and twice this car had gotten broken into. The first time they didn't even take anything, but the second time they took a GPS. So I was at work that day. I used to own a restaurant at that time, and I'm sitting at the restaurant on Kijiji. So I had the original box of this GPS, which had obviously the serial number. So I went on Kijiji. Those of you who are not familiar with Kijiji, it's basically like Craigslist. I don't know if there's a version of it in the US. I'm honestly not that sure, but whatever. So yeah, we I'm on Kijiji looking up GPSs and refreshing. Eventually, the same one that I owned came up on Kijiji. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I messaged the guy. I'm like, hey, I'm interested in buying your GPS. Does it come with the cord? He says no. I'm like, okay, well, I have a cord. I just want to make sure mine matches yours. Obviously, I'm full of shit. I'm trying to bait this guy into it. And I'm like, can you take a picture of the back so I can make sure that my USB would plug in? So he sends me a picture of the entire back, obviously with a sticker with the serial number. Of course, I matched the serial number on the box that I had at home to the one that was on the back of there. So of course it was my GPS. I had already been in contact with the police in the area, and I had called the detective back who was on the case, gave him all the information, told him exactly what I had just found out, that it was in fact my GPS and I could prove it. And I had actually gone so far as to making an appointment to come and see the GPS so I could buy it. What this guy didn't realize was that I was also on the other line with a detective and gave him the information and told him that I was gonna meet up with this guy. And the cops told me, okay, don't go, we'll deal with it. And I guess the cops went. They busted the guy. They actually called me like a week later and told me to come and pick up my stuff, basically, that had been stolen out of the car. And yeah, there was literally like 2 or 3 bags full of stuff. Like we're talking like people's purses, phones, wallets, money, laptops, anything you can think of. These guys had stolen it, and apparently there had been this crazy crime ring going around Brampton area, and apparently I had busted these guys. So the cops were pretty thankful that I did their job for them, which was pretty cool. But yeah. Oh my god. Uh, love how these thieves are so smart. I mean, they're not. Apparently, that one wasn't. I mean, he literally stole my GPS, made a mess. I didn't even care about the GPS. I was more mad of the fact that this guy made a mess in my car. So I'm like, I'm out to get this guy. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna bust him myself. Which I did, which was funny. Hello from Great Britain. Hello, Great Britain. Hello, Angelo fans. You are a great job. I am Rosita Death. Hello, Rosita. Accountability. Oh, yeah. Definitely made sure that guy was accountable for his actions. Apparently, it was like a bunch of them. They were like, one of them was involved with like the flea market. So I guess it was like a bunch of people would go around smashing people's windows and taking stuff and then bringing it to this flea market, and then they would sell it there. Does Mo still have the death whistle? To be honest with you, I have no idea. I don't know what he did with that thing. Freaking loud, though. Did they have no security cameras where you parked? So in New Orleans, I looked around to see if there were some. I didn't see any. I don't believe that they have any there because there was also a few. There was a few homeless people that were just like lying down in the inside of the parking garage. I mean, they were minding their own business. They weren't really doing anything. So, um, but yeah, I even called the number. Like I called the office to the people who own the parking garage, and they said that they were going to get the owners to call me back. That was like 2 weeks ago. Haven't heard a single thing from them, so I'm just going to assume that they really don't care. they they're just like, oh, it's your problem. Because I mean, they write it. So they do this thing where they write it on the sign where it's like, if your belongings get stolen, it's not our problem, basically. So they remove all liability whatsoever, of course. I get it. I mean, I get you're running a business, but in like a city in an area like that where there's a lot of crime, like why wouldn't you have cameras? Like you don't even have to have real ones. You could have like dummy cameras just to, make people not motivated enough to want to be on camera or at least think they're on camera. Like how much do dummy cameras cost? Like what, $10 a piece? You stick a few of them to the roofs, okay, you're good to go. Like most people probably wouldn't even realize that they're dummy cameras, but at least it would be an attempt to stop some crime, right? But is what it is. But I mean, overall, we did have a really fun trip. We had a great time everywhere we went, even in New Orleans. I think our favorite was probably Savannah, because Savannah is just a cool city. Like, there's still a lot of places throughout the U.S. that I still have to see, um, but like I always have like these few places that I've been to so far, and I'm like, yeah, I really like that place. I would go back and hang there anytime. And I think Chelsea and Lamar really liked Savannah too. They would like to go back and do some stuff. Oh, apparently Mo still has the death whistle. He scared Allie H with it. That is funny. Oh man. What is your next explore, haunted or randonautica? So I don't know yet. The videos that I already have produced are stuff that we did in Texas and in Tennessee. So we'll be posting those soon. First part, I think, of the Tennessee hospital will be up tomorrow. I have to see if I have any other content. I think I have one video that I filmed before with Mo, so I could probably post that soon. And then we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing next. Dawn says, I love Savannah. I love Savannah too. It's really cool. Good food, good sights, good sounds, lots of good stuff. Have you had any problems with traveling? Not really. I don't think. I mean, it's been complicated with the just with like the rules and everything because of COVID, which is really annoying, but is what it is. Hello from Texas. I'm from Texas. Wish I could have met you. Honestly, I would have really liked to do some meetups. But a lot of the times when we, especially this trip, was like really constrained when it came to time. We only really had so much time every day to be able to film stuff, and it was just not feasible enough. If we had a little bit more time, like in Texas, I 100% would have done a meetup. Just to be honest with you, it was just kind of it was a little bit challenging just because it's like, oh, okay, today we have this booked. We got to be here at this time. We got an 8-hour drive to get there and then film it for 6 hours and then go to sleep. And then the next day we have this planned. And it's just so complicated sometimes. And you want to do a little bit of sightseeing, but we will get to some fan meetups when we can. Absolutely. I am from Texas too. I really like Texas actually. I loved San Antonio. I thought that city was very very cool. Something it was very unique in its own way. Especially like the Riverwalk area. You got the Alamo, of course. Some areas are very like touristy. They have the chariots and the horses and all that fun stuff. I thought it was very very cool. We did Dallas. In Dallas, we didn't really do that much. We mostly just hung out. We didn't even really do that much sightseeing. I don't even know why. I think we were just so exhausted at that point from the whole trip. Lamar and Chelsea were planning on heading out, so we had to start getting everything arranged to be able to do that. And yeah. I stayed in a haunted hotel in San Antonio that used to be a prison. Oh, that's the I heard about that. That's the Holiday Inn, if I'm not mistaken. They still have the bars on the windows just because they're not allowed to remove them because they have a historical designation. I've actually heard of that, which is kind of funny that it's like it's a totally modernized, renovated hotel, and it used to actually be a prison. Forgotten Productions. Hello from Toronto. What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. You need to come back to Alabama. I know haunted places a day, good places for Randonautica. Sweet. I actually would have liked to. We only really got a taste of Alabama. Just a little bit of Montgomery, which was cool. We had a few, abandoned haunted places we were able to do there, which was fun. I would like to go back. It was a nice state. I like the just how everything's like set up, very historic. The plants are cool, like the old like palm trees and kind of like exotic type of plants. I love stuff like that because it makes you feel like you're in sort of like in the Caribbean. You should visit the what is that Manger Hotel and St. Anthony Hotel in San Antonio. I visited the Manger Hotel too, Don. That is really cool. Hello from New Brunswick. Shout out New Brunswick. You ready for the next snowstorm? Yeah, apparently it's supposed to snow tomorrow, which kind of sucks. Because I had made plans with a friend I have not seen in a while. And yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen anymore, but we'll see. Did you get your car fixed? I did get my car fixed in San Antonio. We got very, very fortunate that there was a wonderful glass repair place that was able to get the glass that I needed and do the job within literally half an hour, which was fantastic. Forgotten Productions, yeah, just been hibernating at the moment. Hope all is well with you as well. Cool. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit cold. Today has been a little bit of a break from the cold weather. I think it was like 8 degrees Celsius outside, which was nice. I got outside, I was wearing my big winter coat, and I got outside, whoa, it's actually pretty warm out here. I don't think I need this today. I'm glad people treated you well in Alabama and that you like the different things that grow here. Yeah, Alabama was very cool. The people were very pleasant. So we went to several different museums. We went to the White House of the Confederacy, which was very interesting. To be honest, like I didn't even know. Like I had mapped out a few like touristy locations. I wanted to try and do as many things that were obviously a part of the civil rights movement. Like you had Martin Luther King's house, the parish that he worked out of course, the Capitol building. It was just kind of like where we ended up parking that by chance the White House of the Confederacy was literally right there. So we're like, okay, well let's go and see if that's doable. And it was a free thing. We just walked around for a few minutes, looked at some stuff. Bob in there, absolute legend. I guess he volunteers there. He was giving us some information. He was just such a really like pleasant, nice person, telling us that he was from New York, etc., etc. What else did we do? We did the Capitol building, which realistically didn't have much, but it was interesting for us as Canadians to see what American government buildings look like on the inside, and they're pretty extravagant, some of them. What else did we do there? We did the what the heck was it called? Oh my god! So it was like a museum inside of the. Oh man, I can't even remember what the name of the building was, but there was literally a building to the right of the White House of the Confederacy building, and it was like, oh, it was archives. I think it was the Alabama Archives or something like that, and they have like a full on museum in there, which was really cool. The gentleman in there gave us tons of information, was again really pleasant and cool. I think we learned quite a bit. I would have liked to do more. I just honestly didn't have the time to do it all because you're trying to balance between doing abandoned locations, haunted locations, and also sneaking in a little bit of time for some historical type of stuff, which I just find fascinating and interesting. Kimberly says, "Thank you for reading my comments. I love how interactive you are with the viewers. I try. There's a lot of you, so if I'm not able to interact with every single message, it's just because there's a lot coming through. But I try and read as many as I can, and obviously respond to you guys. Can you say hi to my daughter, Amy? Hello, Amy. It would make her evening. Hopefully, I made your evening. Hope you're doing well. Can you say, oh, I just read that one. Hello from England. Shout out to England. Elizabeth says, love your videos. Thank you so much. Oh, the cool thing that really made my day and made the whole trip kind of worth it was doing the USS Alabama. I've always wanted to do, like even just an explore, just to see what it was like, get the feel of being inside of like a destroyer ship. And I was very glad we got to do that. You guys probably saw that on the vlog channel. And yeah, and the bonus too was the fact that they had like the Air Force Museum inside of the hangar as well, which was cool. So it was a whole bunch of like old warplanes, helicopters, vehicles, that sort of thing. And they also had the submarine. I did not expect that. Like for me, the destroyer ship USS Alabama was more than enough, and the freaking submarine just absolutely made my day. I loved it. What's going on in Ottawa right now with the protesting? So there are people still protesting. It's become this huge political thing, I guess you could say, on both sides. It's I don't know. It's gotten a little bit ridiculous at this point. The things that the government is doing, whether you want to agree with me or not, that's totally your choice. Um, but I can say that our government in Canada right now is probably heading down the wrong path, making very poor decisions as to what to do with protesters and all that thing, or all of that stuff rather. But like I said, honestly, I just don't even have the energy today to get into it. I've been discussing it like kind of in private with people, but yeah, it's kind of messed up. It was hilarious that Lomar tripped and got stuck in that bed. Oh yeah, so he was. So I don't know if you saw the video, but there's a bunch of like beds, and they're all kind of like chained up to each other, but they're all vertical. So and there's very little space in between. So he, for some odd reason, decided he was going to try and crawl into one of them head first, but from like the side, and then his shirt got stuck to it, and he ripped his sweater, and then yeah, out of the blue, he randomly. I guess there was like a pipe sticking out of the ground. He just didn't see it, and he just his foot got it. I wasn't even recording at the time. I just got the after effect of him already on the floor. I'm like, what the hell just happened? He's like, bro, there was this freaking pipe in my way. Oh man, yeah. Love your videos. What got you into the paranormal in the first place? What got me into it was, I don't know, I've just always kind of been intrigued by the paranormal, and now I film it for a living, I guess you could say. It's just a fun thing to do. I don't know. I just enjoy it. It's cool. I like learning about it. I feel like I'm always learning new things, trying to develop and obviously make the content better as I learn things. And I find like I learn a lot of different things by working with a lot of different people Everybody's got, different character, which is cool. What am I looking at here? But yeah, now I'm home after that long adventure. It was like 3 weeks. Honestly, it just breezed by. Like it definitely felt like it ended too quickly, but it's okay. There will always be opportunities to do more. Mary Johnson is asking, do you have merch? I do. Let me see if there is a link to the merch page down here. So depending on how you're viewing this live stream right now, if you're on your phone, I think if you turn your phone vertical and just kind of like scroll down the page, you should see a bunch of things with like shirts. If that doesn't show up, just go to my channel, just click Exploring with Angelo, and there's a section in there that should be like dedicated to merch. Hang on, let me check this. Honestly, sometimes I don't even remember. But oh yeah, okay. So if you go to my main page, there's a section there that says store. You can click any of those links, and that'll lead you to my shop on Teespring. And if you wanted to get something, that's cool. Totally your call. What is your next round of trips? At the moment, currently looking at probably East Coast, probably Massachusetts, New York area. We're kind of planning some stuff out there. Yeah. And then after that, I don't know, we wanted to do Ukraine. We honestly really wanted to do Chernobyl. Still really want to do it, but with the whole situation of between the Russians and the Ukraine situation, whatever's going on over there, we have no idea. We're a little bit hesitant on doing that, so we might decide to do something else once it warms up. We were hoping to do some stuff maybe in March. I'm also thinking of going to Vegas, but that would be more for Brent's birthday. So we'll see if that ends up happening too in March. We were talking about it. We don't have it planned out entirely just yet, but we'll see. We'll see what else. The world is a very big place. I could end up in freaking Egypt tomorrow if I really wanted to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hello, how are you? Sorry I'm late. It's 9 p.m. in the UK where I live. What time is it where you are? Currently it is 4 p.m. in the Toronto area, or the Toronto area. A lot of people don't realize that for some odd reason, Canadians, just the way we pronounce like our cities, we pronounce it like we don't say the second T in like it would be pronounced Toronto, but for some reason we say Toronto. I don't know why. Like it's almost like we don't pronounce the T. Very weird. But yeah. I guess that's how Canadians try and be unique in their own way. Randonautica in Las Vegas. Fun. That actually would be fun. That could be interesting. But we'd have to see. If I'm going for Brent's birthday, I'll vlog. I'm not going to, make him go out of his way on his birthday to do something that he doesn't want to do because it's scary for him. But yeah. Greetings from the Netherlands. Maybe haunted places in Europe. Haunted places in Europe could be interesting. That was definitely on the table. We were talking about that as well. Don't know if I'm going to do that just yet, but we will see. 4 p.m. here in Eastern Kentucky. Oh yeah, you guys are like an hour behind. That was like the confusing part of when we were driving. So when we went to do the old South Pittsburgh Hospital, which you guys will most likely see the video from that tomorrow. Oh, hello, look who decided to join us, Brent TV. We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. But yeah, so the interesting part was when we went to go and do the haunted hospital in Tennessee, we were in Chattanooga. That's where the Airbnb was. And I didn't realize that the hospital was like almost an hour away from our Airbnb, which was fine. We had gotten there early enough, and it really wasn't that big of a deal to drive another 45 minutes. So I was texting the owner of the hospital, and he was like, "Okay, I'll see you at 6 o'clock." And I think it was already like 6:30, and I'm like, "Is this guy an idiot? Like, he just literally told me, 'I'll see you at 6 o'clock.' Does he not realize it's 6?" Apparently, I'm the idiot and didn't realize that South Pittsburgh, um, because of where it was located, was like around it was weird. We had to like drive through Georgia and then back into, so we were in Tennessee, drove through Georgia and then back into Tennessee, which was really confusing. But I guess that's just where the roads and the borders led, and that we were actually an hour behind. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. That's why he said, "I'll see you at 6." Because he was already approaching 6 o'clock. Alabama is 2 hours behind me. Yeah, you're probably all the way on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Happy full moon. Is it a full moon today? Is that what's happening? Does that mean the werewolves are going to come out tonight? Maddie's blog. Gotta go, but just want you to know we love your videos. It's sending positive energy your way. Kissy, 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 heart envelope. Thank you. Never call yourself an idiot just because you make a mistake. It's okay to make a mistake. Oh, I know. You say things figuratively sometimes, like, oh, I'm an idiot. Like, it's just a way of expression, so to say. It is 2:04 p.m. here in Colorado. Oh yeah, you guys are like way behind us. 2 hours. Wow. I thought it would have been even earlier than that in Colorado, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. We're supposed to get 1 to 7 inches of snow here with mix. Awesome. Love snow. I actually don't mind snow, but the traffic and driving in it, especially when you have to drive an hour away to go somewhere, is really annoying. Hey, you need to come to Southern Illinois. The old slave house, very, very haunted. It was part of the Reverse Underground Railroad. The Reverse Underground Railroad? Okay. Full moon brings the crazies out of the woodworks. So yeah, the death whistle is crazy. What history is your favorite subject in school? Was history your favorite subject in school? Probably, yeah. I liked. I did a lot of business courses in high school. We were. Was very fortunate that the school that I went to, St. Margaret DeVille in Brampton, we were very like dedicated to doing like business classes. We had a lot of like computer science classes, stuff like that. We had there was a lot of options in high school. I have to say I was very, very fortunate when I was younger, because I know a lot of other places, a lot of other schools didn't have a lot of the options that we had. But yeah, we did. I probably did like 6 different business courses, which because I knew I wanted to do business, and at the time I was still planning or intending on going to secondary school, university to do business. So that's why I was taking all of those courses. Had I realized I wasn't going to do that, um, even though I did get accepted, I got accepted to business school, just never ended up going. Um, but yeah, what was I saying here? Oh yeah, so had I known that, I probably would have taken more history courses in high school, um, and also probably more. I would have taken a philosophy course. That's for sure. I just think that that would have been interesting. It just kind of teaches you how to critically think, sort of like how history does, right? Teaches you how to critically think for yourself. Know how to do research properly and find the answers to things, which is just useful in life. I had the old history books. But yeah, I mean, the cool thing about, the interesting thing, I guess you could say, about history is that, like, you don't ever have to really stop learning. Even as you get older, there's always options and ways to get information that you want, things that you want to know about. Like, I'm always learning things. I literally have like stacks of books right here, for example, things that I just randomly found at like, random stores. American Legacy, Story of John and Carolyn Kennedy, which is the children of JFK. Just thought it was fascinating. I found a copy of Schindler's List, so I picked that up. I got all sorts of interesting books here. I got a Holy Bible. So whatever I feel like reading. I have another book that I've been reading. It's called 1775. Basically, kind of like explains what the process or what was happening before the United States obviously signed independence. Just thought it was fascinating, and it's kind of important to learn things in terms of history like that. T Rent, I'm still working on that. Exploring with Angelo rap anthem, but just gotta think of the lyrics to rap about. That's cool. Somebody said, I loved Waverly Hills Sanitarium. I know that place is cool. I'd like to go back there. We kind of like, there was an issue with doing that place. It wasn't with them particularly. It was the fact that, so Omar Gosh ended up booking the location. He invited us, and the problem was that we were in Vermont. We were filming the Wilson Castle. It was me, brother Frank, Mo, and another guy. I can't remember his name at the moment. But yeah, so we finished filming at the Wilson Castle. I think it was like 12 o'clock at night. We literally drove 14 straight hours to get to Louisville, Kentucky. And we got there. We thought we had this Waverly Hills until 3 o'clock in the morning. Turns out that wasn't exactly the case. Omar Gosh didn't know that up until he got there, and then he messaged Mo as we were like taking a nap because we had driven all night. We're like, fuck, man, we need 3 hours, at least 3 hours to just relax. So we went to sleep for a little bit. When all of a sudden Mo came banging on the door, was like, yo, we gotta go now. So apparently Omar only had the place up until 12. So by the time we got there, it was like 9 o'clock, 9:30 or something like that. We really didn't have too much time. Luckily, they gave us an extra hour, which was fine. So we were able to get as much as we could in for the video. We did get some interesting stuff. Oh, look who it is. Mr. Yasko says, hey, handsome. Thank you. Thank you very much. How you doing, Jazz? Hope all is well. I am the goat. Oh yeah, did you guys all see the video with the goats at the town of Spectre? Oh my god, that was like the cutest and funniest thing ever. Yasko in the house. Miss you, man. I'm gonna probably see you in not too long from now. It's the 16th, so that would probably mean what, 7 days, 6-7 days. I'll probably see you. Oh, the goats were so cute. Yeah, those goats were funny, man. They were making me laugh. Oh, it was just like the funniest part was literally just driving in there, and then it's like there were just goats everywhere. We're like, what is happening right now? Oh man. That one goat loved Chelsea. That one goat loved Chelsea's ring for some reason. Somebody pointed out that for some reason goats love jewelry for some odd reason. Man, LOL. I don't know how to spell the goat noise word. Yeah, they were funny. They were very, very cute. Can't wait for this road trip, bro. I'm not sure why you only booked 1-bedroom hotels for us 3, but we will make it work. I don't know what the hell you're talking about because I have literally nothing booked yet. I haven't even called the locations yet, but we will figure that out in due time. It's all good. I've just been so freaking busy, like all week. I've had so many things to do. I had to deal with that. You probably saw what I posted on Twitter about that stupid ass credit card company that I have, which I finally worked out yesterday. Didn't get all my money back, but a good percentage of it. I explained the situation. I even ended up speaking to the CEO. And it was funny too because I'm just going to be open about this because I don't know why the guy was not very understanding as to what I was saying all the time. This guy was trying to negotiate giving me my own money back by telling me that $125 of it would be paid back to me as long as I did a sponsorship for him. And I had to explain to this guy that, listen, dude, I understand you're running a business, but there is no way in hell I am taking a sponsorship from your company. You could literally offer me $10,000 to say go sign up for X card. Not going to do it. And the reason why is because if and this is exactly what I explained to him, I said to him, if I'm not 100% satisfied with your product, which obviously we're on the phone with each other, which shouldn't even be happening in the first place, so there's clearly a major issue here. If I'm not satisfied with your product, what makes you think that I'm gonna go and tell my followers to go and buy your product? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, really? And he kept like trying to go back and forth, trying to get me to do the sponsorship. I'm like, dude, it's not happening. I'm not gonna do it. Like you're like I have high expectations of products that I would promote to my followers. And honestly, if I'm not going to use your product, I'm not going to tell my followers to use your product. That would just be very immoral of me to do something like that. I gotta go, my daughter. I got to go get my daughter, Angelo. I'll see you later. See you later. Thanks for popping in. Some people have selective hearing. It wasn't selective hearing. The man was hearing what I was saying. He just wasn't understanding why. And I was trying to also be very specific with the words that I was saying because what I really wanted to say was, bro, your product is a piece of shit. And I'm not gonna, that would be like, oh, your product sucks, but here, I'm gonna go and sell it anyways. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so and he wasn't understanding me trying to explain that situation to him that no, I'm not going to share your company's products with people that I actually respect. That's not going to happen. Is Ben going on the road trip? I would assume so. I guess. I don't know. I guess so. Like I said, I have no details figured out yet. Like I just know a rough estimate of like the dates that I'm going, roughly where I'm going. But I haven't had a chance to get everything booked yet. I'll probably do it between today and tomorrow. Make a few calls and start getting things organized. Shouldn't be too complicated, anyways. Realistically, sometimes doing road trips sparingly or no. Wait, half an hour or 20? No, 20 minutes. Sorry, I'm just talking to somebody who's here. He did say three of you. Yeah, that's true. So I guess Ben will be joining us. I just automatically assume that Ben's coming because they're like where it's jazz is like it's or when it comes to jazz, it's like obviously wherever jazz goes, you would expect Ben to come along too, right? Which just makes it more fun. I love Ben. Ben is so fun. What's the one place you wouldn't want to go back to? Haven't had a place where I wouldn't want to go back to yet. That's I mean, there's been a lot of boring places that we've been to in terms of like, you know, abandoned, haunted. Maybe we didn't really get too much. But it wouldn't really motivate me to not want to go, I guess you could say. Do you have any pets? I do not have any pets, unfortunately. Not right now, probably in the future. I would like to get maybe a dog or a cat, maybe both, maybe a parrot. I don't know, maybe some goats. Why not? Just buy a huge farm property and just have all the animals. Ben's awesome. He just needs a tracker on him at all times. I agree. Oh man, I should actually give him. I actually have a tracker. Maybe we should start using this once in a while. Can we see a drunk stream sometime? Why would you want to see that? Would you want to go back to New Orleans? I would want to honestly go back to New Orleans at some point. Um, it's just, and somebody, I had this conversation with somebody yesterday who commented because they felt like what I said at the end of the video was directed at them. the people who work in the French Quarter, live in the community, that sort of thing. And my comments were not directed to, obviously it's not like I was saying, oh, fuck all the people of New Orleans. I wasn't saying that at all. That's not what I meant by it. My message was directed specifically for those people who were thieves. um, what I understand is I get that New Orleans has a crime problem, a big crime problem. And I wasn't saying anything specific to the community. I understand that the community works hard, times are tough, everybody's just trying to get by right now, and I totally get it because we have the same issues here. Maybe not to, maybe our crime is not to the same extent. I get it. But I hate the one thing I hate is when people just say, "Oh, well, that's just how it is." Well, it's like, okay, well, if you're not advocating to do anything to fix your city or your community, even when it's evident that you had a problem that's been there for 10, 15, 20 years, and again, that's nothing against the people of New Orleans, um, but when it's evident that there is an issue and you're not really advocating or no one's really doing anything about the issue, now me and my friends, or my friends and I, unfortunately don't really feel 100% comfortable coming to a place where the last time we went there we spent only 2 nights. It was literally only 2 nights, and literally by the second night we had already been robbed. So it's not really something. It's not that I don't want to come back. I absolutely do want to go back because there were so many things that I still wanted to see that I didn't have a chance to do. But the fact of the matter is that when tourists, especially from another country, not even another state, from another country, I'm going to assume that most Americans can figure out that Ontario is not in the United States of America, that you literally have to cross a border to get there. So when we became a target, I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful that I came all that way, to spend my hard-earned money. And I get there's, homeless people and there's people who are struggling. I get it. I totally understand. And I feel for those people too. But I won't justify crime. And I just, like I said, I don't feel comfortable going back to a place like that. It's not to say that, other cities don't have similar problems or the same problems. Obviously they do. Um, but yeah, I mean, you live and you learn, I guess. Like it was, it just left me with a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. And it's like, and again, don't get me wrong, it has absolutely nothing to do. There's no hate whatsoever to the people of New Orleans. I understand. I witnessed a lot of you guys were busting your asses, to, try and get some business and some customers and whatever it was into your restaurants, bars, and your shops. Um, it was just very unfortunate that had to happen within such a short time frame too that I was there. It's like we were in Texas, no problems. We went to Savannah, no issues whatsoever. In Alabama, no problem. The second we show up in New Orleans, there's a problem, and it was a pretty bad problem too. So, unfortunately, you should get a dash cam. I absolutely agree. I've actually been considering that, but even if you have a dash camera, what's stopping the thieves from stealing the dash camera? Realistically, I think what I need to do is get a car with a better car alarm, maybe. I don't know, but is what it is. Whatever. You live and you learn. You move on. Again, it's no hate to the people of New Orleans. I thought it was we actually enjoyed the little time that we spent there, between trying the foods, the sights, the sounds, the warmth. For the most part, the hospitality. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a thing that it's like, I don't really feel comfortable going back there. Like, at least not with, where I have to park a car now. I have to be concerned that if I leave the car, when I come back to the car, is the car even still going to be there at the end of the day? Like, when I have to be concerned about things like that, it just doesn't motivate me to want to go. But the world is a big, beautiful place. There's mostly beautiful places, some not so beautiful places, is what it is. But yeah, there's always going to be more cool things to see, more interesting places to go. Obviously, every place you go has a sort of a different culture, different history, whatever it is. But yeah, lots of cool things to check out. You should get a little camera to install in your mirror where nobody can see it. That's pretty smart. Never thought about that. That's a good point, Joe Huff. Maybe I will look into that. Thank God you didn't get hurt. Yeah, no, we didn't see anybody. There was nobody around. It was kind of odd because when it did happen, but I don't like to assume or make accusations when I don't have the correct or confirmed information rather about something. So when we were standing in there, and I think we were waiting for the cops to come, there were two men who walked into the parking garage and were kind of just standing there for some reason, and it kind of looked like they were talking to each other. One started like laughing about something. Chelsea also noticed the same thing. I don't know what their conversation was. I don't know why they were there or whatever their deal was. So, like I said, I don't want to accuse anybody and I don't want to assume anything about anybody, which is why I didn't really like. I don't have the information. How am I supposed to just go up to? Oh, did you break into my car? No, I'm not gonna do that. Like that's just stupid. So, but whatever. You live and you learn. That's all. I'm just T-Ren says I'm just living the dream, obtaining the cream. LOL. My new saying now. I don't even know what that means. That's a very interesting line. It seemed like a coordinated thing because someone was trying to break into Jazz's car at the same time. Honestly, I have no idea. Don't know what the heck was going on. But yeah, I don't know if it was coordinated. I don't even know if I assume did they get into Jazz's car? I even actually forgot to ask him about that. But you're saying trying to break in, so it sounds like they didn't accomplish anything. But yeah, we have been on the stream for an hour now. I still have a bunch of editing that I want to do, so that way I can make sure I have a video ready for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, it's already like 4:30, and still got like hours worth of work to do. I also got to coordinate something because somebody wanted to interview me. I might be on a TV show. Don't hold me to it. I don't know what's happening yet. I signed the deal with them that they're going to be essentially using my footage for their episode or whatever it was. So that's kind of cool. And they also want to do an interview. And he's like, "Oh, we got to do the interview by Skype." And I'm like, oh crap. I know I have a Skype account. I just don't remember what it was. So I'm going to have to figure that out and just make sure that I'm set up. So that way when I do that interview, just so much stuff to do, but that's okay. Sam, you miss Mo? I haven't seen Mo in so long, unfortunately. He was in Turkey when I was in the US at the time. So yeah, it's been kind of like we talk literally every day. We have like a group chat between myself, Rennie, and Mo. Talk about all sorts of things. Just share where we're at, what we're doing, whatever it is. But yeah, so it's not like we don't talk. We do literally every day. We just haven't been able to coordinate when to see each other because he's busy, I'm busy. Everybody's freaking busy. Everybody's doing stuff. So, which is good. It's better to be doing stuff and being productive than, I guess, not. Anyways, guys, I am going to, I know some of you guys are just joining us, but you guys came in a little bit late, unfortunately, which is fine. I have to go and do some stuff, so I will see you guys probably tomorrow in the next video. So thanks for joining us, and have a wonderful and lovely day.